What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to another Solo Leveling Arise video and a free-to-play session for Cha Hae-In. That's right, a lot of you guys have been asking me to do a free-to-play session regarding how powerful this girl actually is. So I'm going to go ahead and walk you through my version of Cha, go over all my stats, all of the artifacts she has, her weapons, etc. Right now, this is my free-to-play account. As you guys can see here, I only have Cha at A2, and I have level 47 currently, kicking around, and I've been whooping ass with her. So let's go over everything that she is and everything that you should be looking for as a free-to-play player with Cha. Now, I've got mine to A2. I am going to push to A3, even though I've been telling people to save. I think A3 is worth it because I got lucky. If you're close to A3, I'm going to go for it personally, but I will be at that point saving. I'm not going past A3. A3 is the sweet spot, as I call it, with all my testing, right? So level 47, you guys can see that. Let me just get the rest of these guys up as well, too, while I'm at it, because it'll help out a little bit. And we are going to go over all of her skills, her artifacts, etc., what I've leveled up, and then I'm going to show you guys some gameplay and what makes her the most powerful hunter in the game by like a mile. Okay, we're talking about a lot, and why she's going to be essential pretty much for any farming artifacts or any type of gameplay you do, period. I'm going to talk about some stages as well that are important that you guys should know about, and why she comes in handy as an incredible support as well. Okay, so first off, let's talk about her weapon. I got her at A2 as a free-to-play player. Dice rolling game, summoning. You get a weapon for summoning, you get a free, so that's a free weapon there. You get a free weapon for dice roll, and then I got an extra 100 of those in order to get her actual weapon. I don't know how many I'm off for the next one, but I probably won't be getting it. No stress there. Skill-wise, you should really be focusing on these two skills more than anything else. Her ultimate also deserves a little bit of a power up, but you guys can see I'm kind of lacking there. So those are the ones I would highly recommend getting up. This is not a bad choice either because her skill actually does do quite a bit of damage. So I'll go ahead and put in a little bit there as well because we've got enough scrolls to push that through. Okay, so really go there. Her basic attacks, I really don't do much of it. It's still worth getting up, but I mean, save your scrolls for other units as well too that need it. For example, Choi here has only a 4 and 3, so you may want to focus on getting him up a little bit as well too, especially his ultimate, right? So let's go ahead and do that right now while we're talking. Okay, so we've gone ahead and done that. Now for Cha, you have two different really good options for artifacts. Okay, you have the toughness set or the lion set. Now for me personally, I've been going a mixed bag of both, because stats have been working perfectly for me, okay? And of course, because I'm going with faster battles, I'm going with the red eye necklace set, or you can go with the behemoth set, aka executor, or the skeleton set, aka executor, or expert set. Expert set now is going to be a little bit more difficult because you need a lot more crit, and in my case, I don't have that level of crit currently with her. I'm only sitting at 44.27. I'd like to get maxed out there in order to put that set on, but nonetheless, we've got a pretty good setup here going for her. Now, I'll show you guys my artifacts. You guys can see here, this has crit rate on it, additional attack, and attack. That's the most important things for her are those three things with crit damage, of course. But crit damage falls under here and the boots. The lion set here, of course, has crit hit rate +2. Very, very important. The attack percentage and defense penetration, of course, helps a lot with that. And then the 2-piece set here is additional attack, critical hit rate, and then here the other stats are kind of crappy, so I've got to find a good replacement for this one. And then the boots are not very good either, but nonetheless, I do get the crit hit damage, additional attack, and damage increase here. So obviously the healing given got the priority on this one, so that it's not the best set out there. Ideally, you'd want 4-piece set for this or 4-piece set for this and roll with that, okay? This here is not a bad option for her early on in the game. I find it is pretty decent for raising your attack up whenever you do a crit, and I already have a pretty decent crit set going up here with 44%. So my attack can stack up to 4 times here, obviously, and then that will allow me to get myself a 20% attack boost for the 4 seconds. Right now, you guys can see this here. The reason why I chose this, honestly, was coincidental. It wasn't that I wanted this set. I actually wanted the Executor set or the Berserker set, but this just ended up having the best stats. Additional attack, crit hit damage, attack percentage, obviously all of that matters very, very much. And then this one here, I haven't leveled it up only because it's wind damage. I am looking for a light version of this, which I currently do not, I believe, possess anywhere. So if you guys want to do the easy way, just go like this and see what you have. That's the only light I have, and it's not good enough for now. So I left this blank. I could level it up to give her a little bit more of a boost for the other stats, but just not worth it at the moment. Right here, I've got my self-damage increase, defense pen. Only reason why I chose that. Additional HP is not worthwhile. You obviously want to go with something that has attack, but it is what it is. We're just using what we have, right? That's kind of how it works at these lower levels. And then of course this one here actually worked out pretty well. Attack percentage, crit hit damage, HP. This unfortunately didn't have additional attack on it or any other like defense pen or damage increase, but nonetheless, this still works out really well and gets the job done at the end of the day. Okay, so there you guys go. That is my setup. Now, what is she going to be used for? She's essentially used for everything in this game. That's what makes her so extremely powerful, especially for free-to-play players early on for farming artifacts, specifically artifacts. So if we go to Encore missions, you look over here, I'm on tier 7 completion at 3 stars at fairly decent low power here. Okay, I can try to do tier 8, but we're gonna stick to tier 7 for now, and I'll show you guys how strong she is. Now I am in the red, which means I am penalized for being there, but I still was managing to get myself 3 stars. Now this is even higher than what I did it at. I did it at 110. Okay, so this is 124 is much more than I had originally. So let me show you guys what she's all about and what makes her so damn powerful. Now you can use either Igris or Blades in this, but because we're in the red penalty, Blades makes more sense. We just want the attack up to do more damage. So let me show you guys the power that she possesses as a free-to-play unit and why you definitely should be going for her. Now remember, even at A0, she's extremely viable, still the best hunter of the game at A0. A1 just makes her a little bit more powerful. We're talking about 16% more damage on her waltz because you can stack it 2 more times, and then the other one gives you a little bit more crit. I think it's crit damage or crit rate, I forgot which one it was, but nonetheless, the more you get her up, obviously the more you'll be able to do with her damage wise. Just don't sleep on the fact that A0 is still extremely strong. Okay, so that's something you definitely don't want to neglect just because you have an A0 and you're like, oh, I don't have an A2 or 3 pain, so I'm gonna go, I'm not gonna bother using her. You should 100% be using her no matter what the case is. Now you guys can see here, before the spider goes up, you cast Unrecoverable. We've talked about this numerous times. This is what makes her the ultimate unit for this boss, right? Now he's gonna come back down with like no recovery of health and almost dead. Now the big catch here is when he does come down, you still want to go ahead. Actually, it's a she, I guess, because she's, birthing eggs and stuff. So when she comes down, you actually want to go ahead and be careful how quickly she goes back up, because you're gonna do so much damage coming in. So you want to make sure you do Unrecoverable again, and then make sure that you are. There we go. There, see? She went up so quick. So it's a good thing I got Unrecoverable again, because now when she comes back down, she's got no recovery left. I can just go back to Cha again, wait up till she drops, and then just knock her out with an ultimate, and then that'll be the end of that. And that is really fast farming, guys. We're talking about like less than a minute of doing this to get yourself some possible tier 3 legendary gear. Or sorry, tier 3, level 55 legendary gear, right? Here we go. This will kill him. And that's it. Finito. Ultimate. Now it doesn't stop there, okay? This also will apply to Cerberus as well too. So I'll show you guys a quick Cerberus run. You guys can see here, look at that. See, like it wasn't a very good set, obviously, unfortunately, but we got ourselves some legendary gear now, and this is where it becomes very important that you farm yourself the legendary gear first, and then you move on to higher end boots gear and stuff like that, right? Because Cerberus is a much harder boss to kill, and because unless you have Saw right now, which is going to be your main DPS, I personally don't have her. And of course, Cerberus is a little more difficult. So you guys can see here, I can do tier 5, no problem with 2 stars. Tier 6 is a little more difficult. And the reason why it's a little more difficult is because I don't have Saw. So if you have Saw, SEO, by the way, that's who that I'm talking about, the water girl, the SSR one, my wife in this game. It would be a lot easier. Now with the tier 5, you can still get legendary, so I highly recommend go one step below so you're not in the red. This is the team that I currently run to beat this content. So I have Beck here, I have Nam, and I have Cha. So let's jump in here. I'll show you guys how this fight works and how to tackle it essentially, and why Cha is the main DPS here as well too, and how she brings a lot of power. Now with Beck, you would normally use him for break, but he's nowhere near as good as Nam in breaking in this fight, specifically because of the water element. So you're actually here to bring him for the defense down aspect of it, and she is here to actually do most of your breaking and actually a lot of your DPS. So don't sleep on Nam as a character, guys, or Ana Ruiz or any of those water units that are SRs, especially if you're lacking SSRs like I am, right? So do not sleep on them. You will regret it. So here, come in with Cha, do all of your skills, get your waltz off. Right now with me, because I have A2, I'm doing 3 stacks or 5 stacks instead of 3, so the damage output is much higher here for her. And you want to make sure you break him as soon as you can, and don't waste time. Okay, just try to jump in and do as many breaks as you can here, and then Nam will take care of most of the breaks on your behalf. Now the beauty of tier 5 is he doesn't go into the meteor phase. Okay, so that's one less phase to worry about. So if you're struggling with this fight, tier 5 is probably where you want to stay for a little while till you get better gear, and then you can move over to the tier 6 and tier 7s and 8s, etc. Right? So don't worry too much about it. Now, another thing a lot of people don't know about Cerberus is you can see when you get hit for the first time, I'm not going to get hit right now, but you will see it later, that you get a flame icon in the middle of your screen. There's 5 of them. If you fill up that flame icon to max, you will get one shot. That's how the mechanics work, by the way. So if you get one shot, if you get the 5 flames, everybody essentially takes massive AoE flame damage and you will die. It's pretty much how that works. So just be careful when you're doing that. Do your best, and this is another little trick here I was going to show you guys, but I didn't get a chance to. QTE out of that as well, by the way. You guys can just avoid the knockback completely, or do a skill with Cha, the sword skill, sword of light skill, and you'll get out of that really easily as well too, okay? Just so you guys are aware for a couple little tricks. Alright, this should end very shortly. Oh, I was trying to finish it up on time. I just missed it by a couple seconds to get 3-star. That's alright. Okay, there you guys go. So, again, pure DPS, pure power. Cha is the ultimate hunter, free to play or not. Again, I got mine at A2. A1 is a really, really good spot to stop at. I got really lucky with her, so I got the A2 version. A0, again, very strong as well, too. So don't stress, guys, if you don't get more copies of her. You have an incredibly powerful unit in your arsenal, so take advantage of her. So there you guys go. That's my Cha personally. Cha, cha, cha. Cha-min. I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care.